One of the questions I often get in hospice, especially from people who are really genuinely good people, people who have not committed crimes, have not hurt anybody, the question often arises, why me? Why me? What did I do wrong to deserve this disease? And of course, there is no answer to that question. And in that moment, my job is not to actually supply an answer because every answer will fall short. I could tell them that everybody suffers. Everybody has their own pain, even good people. But coming from me, that's just not the best way to witness to that person's pain. The best way is to sit in there with the question with them as they communicate with their own soul about what this disease means to them, why they have it, what meaning are they making out of this, and to really be a witness with them as all of the messy answers come up, whether it's, I must have done something wrong, I remember doing this thing or that thing, or the world is against me, or whatever reasons might arise for that person. My job is to sit with them and not necessarily to correct them. I may offer some perspective or some of my own thoughts if I am asked or welcomed, or invited if I'm invited or asked, what are my thoughts? I may offer some perspective that if I sense that there is an opportunity to maybe help a person reframe the question or maybe even ask a question entirely different, then of course I'm there to provide any helpful guidance. But the real role is to not run away from the hard question and the messiness of that question. Oftentimes, something that I can say, which might be of comfort, is you did nothing wrong. You're not being punished. But again, depending on the person, that might not be a satisfactory answer either. So there's no real good answer to the question when somebody is faced with their own mortality. Why me? Why is this happening to me? I will share, though, there was one person who asked a question not long ago. And my response, when they asked the question, I asked them, I said, who do you ask that question to? Who are you asking? Why me? And then I asked the question, whoever it is you're asking, what are you hearing back? And the person said, after thinking for a minute, what they heard back was, why not me? And I think for that person, just saying that out loud provided an opening into reflecting on their experience in a new way. Why not me? Why not me is, I would say, a doorway to some freedom and relief from the suffering. Because why not me is something that makes me realize that I'm not being singled out for suffering. I'm not being singled out because I did something wrong or I'm a bad person. It is the reality that suffering is part of existence. And so for that person, their own soul communicated that truth to them. And I think it made all the difference, as opposed to somebody external saying that to them. The space was created for them to listen to what their inner wisdom was saying, the inner guidance, that no, you are not being singled out for suffering. No, you are not evil. No, you are not bad. This is a terrible thing, but this is what happens. It is, sometimes I like to say, it's the price of being alive. The price of existence is suffering. The price of being alive the price of being able to enjoy a delicious meal, the experience of enjoying a delicious meal, the price of that is the possibility of being hungry, of going hungry, and the reality of hunger. If we didn't have the ability to enjoy a good meal, we wouldn't have to worry about hunger. The price of love is suffering. Who among us would trade the capacity to love our family, our friends? If we didn't love them, then it wouldn't hurt us when they died, or when they became sick, or moved away. But it's the possibility of love that also creates the possibility of suffering when there is a break in a relationship in one way or another. So it's a high price to pay, but it's the reality of life. And if you find yourself in that position, I truly hope that you're not wrestling with that question alone. There is no good answer. The best we can do is to wrestle with the questions together, to be together in the midst of our suffering.